You're about to find out why Valencia is a pyromaniac city. Alright there guys, I'm back in Valencia with Alex. It's during the Fallas Festival. We're going to go check out some of the fires. You might be able to hear lots of the banging and fireworks in the background. So yeah, come and join us. It's going to be a fun one. Welcome to Valencia, Spain, where it's fire season, usually in mid-March, from I think it's the 14th until the 19th of March. But this year it's in September. And as always, all of these groups of people around the city, fallas they're called, have erected these huge, they're called muñecas in Spanish, it means dolls. I guess we would call them kind of temporary statues in English around the city. On Sunday they're going to burn them, and I'll be here to have a look, see what's going on with that. And in the meantime, there's all these statues up around the city, paid for by these groups. It's quite a privilege to be part of one of these fires. It's estimated about 1 in every 4 people is a member of one. And the statues are meant to depict political or other thematic issues of the day. So here, we seem to be looking at talent shows. And it's said that this festival, it's not known exactly what its origins are. And they also do these little ones as well around the city, which the kids design. And they employ people to build them. Oh, they're quite impressive, aren't they? So each fire will have a big one, which the adults kind of designed by committee, so often one fire or one statue will be telling many stories, and then there'll be a small one next to it designed by the children of the families of the fire. And there's a smell of gunpowder around the streets all the time during these special days in Valencia. Reminds me of fireworks night back in the UK. Wow. So yeah, this is actually the first time they've ever changed the date, obviously due to the Mexican beer virus pandemic. And they were cancelled completely last year. See the firework over in the distance, and there's children setting them off. Told you they teach them how to be pyromaniacs from a very young age in this city. There we go, this is one of the main squares in Valencia, and they've cordoned it off so they can let off loads of fireworks to celebrate this festival, this thing they're doing. It's almost, you might imagine, being part of a terrorist attack. Wow. And look. This is the main fire outside the town hall. It's called A Head Without a Body. What do you think of it?
Average.
Average.
Next one.
Next one. Let's go look at the next one. Why has it got no tune? Very unusual. It's telling the story of somebody imprisoned. All of them, if you look closely enough, they tell a story, but they're written in Catalan, well, Valencian, which is a language which, yeah, I can kind of read it, get the gist, but don't know so well. the one for Foster's Hollywood, the well-known kind of like Planet Hollywood style restaurant. You can see each of them are awarded with a little prize. This one, the 9th prize in the primary school section. It's crazy. Your kids lighting fireworks in the street. Like little kids, like 4 years old. Wow. When I was a kid, I was always taught to stand well back from the fireworks, let alone light them. I don't think I've lit a firework in my life today. Wow. So Alex was just telling me that one year he was here in this exact square, and there was, well, it was the final night where they burn all of these statues in the streets, and one of these trees caught fire. You can imagine that didn't go down so well, just over here. And so yeah, they don't seem to be putting one up here anymore, because they don't want to burn down the beautiful orange trees of Valencia.
The last full Fallas were
2.5 years ago.
2.5 years ago.
30 months ago, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So the last ones were 30 months ago. Wow. 2.5 years, long time. Long time, especially if you're a pyromaniac, to get your hands on some fireworks. You see each fire, they cordon off an area exclusive for their members. Sit around, drink beers, eat bocadillos, these sandwiches, and admire the beauty of their fire. And each of them has a band as well, and they go around all day playing music. Trumpets, drums. They have a lot of fun. You see there's a lot of nice messages. Cuidem la mar, let's look after the seas. Obviously a very important topic at the moment. We've got masks here as well. Don't throw your disposable masks away, I'm guessing this says. It's very much a political theme based on looking after the environment. See a little turtle and a seal. You've got Mother Nature here, cradling all the animals. 2 of them each in Noah's Ark, I guess. However you want to interpret it, that's what I think. Guys, what do you think of the irony of this, with angry disposable face masks here and the face mask on the floor down here? Not practicing what they preach, I guess. You see that many of the fires are also sponsored by different local companies. This one, Ambar, which is a local independent brewery. We just had some angry little Spanish girl behind us getting upset because there's elephants balancing on somebody's head. No me gusta. What do you think of this lady's hairstyle? This is what the falleras wear. They cover up their ears for some reason. They all think it looks really beautiful. And of course, like any good local festival, you've got street stalls. Here they're preparing a mixed grill. Chorizo, morcilla, pancetta, lomo, all of these special types of Spanish meat. Right, we're going to try one of the local delicacies now. Let's have a look. What to have? What would you have? I'm thinking one of these. They're really sweet, going to make me feel sick. Let's give it a try.
That's dulce de leche, isn't it?
Yeah. Dulce de leche, it's just this really sweet kind of caramelized milk, I guess. I must admit, I'm amazed at how modern Spain is becoming. You can even pay by card at a stall like this now.
Implemented as a condition of it taking place. So like,
I'm going to try one of these. It's called a churro relleno. Here you go. He's just bought about 12 of these donuts called, what are they called? Buñuelos. Donuts, and they just pour a whole load of sugar in the bag. Right, let's give it a try. Look at that. It's a churro filled with dulce de leche. It's okay. Very sweet. €2.50 feels a bit much for this, but yeah, it's fine. What do you think?
If you have a sweet tooth, this is for you.
I think they're better when served warm.
The thing is, if you serve it warm, that melts.
Yeah.
Now that hits the spot.
They serve hot chocolate direct from this little machine. €3 for a cup, not bad. You can buy the churros, the donuts separately, and you can dip it in the chocolate. Here's a prize winner. First in the Di Novena section, whatever that means. Infants, I guess. Oh, part of his hand's fallen off. Somebody didn't like him. Oh yeah, look, you can see the hand stuck under there. I don't think that's part of it, but you can see actually inside they're made of polystyrene, this kind of material, and held together with wood as well. So it's all shaped and then some papier-mâché is put around it. And somebody has given this robot a Spanish flag. At least I think it's a robot. Or the fireworks. The kids setting them off. This one seems a bit of a random mishmash. Something to do with science. There's another one. What do you think of the tassels on the dress? And the little weird goblin at the top with a heart, the insect. The theme apparently is erotic Valencia. Maybe that's why they have hot dogs and parsnips and all sorts of other phallic shaped objects. Ah, and there's even a little nod to Brussels. Come with me and have a look. Obviously Brussels, the beloved city that I live in, at the moment anyway. And they put a papier-mâché mannequin piss there, which is actually taller than the real mannequin piss, of course.
Take a photo of that guy.
Oh yeah, look at this guy. Balancing a bird on his, on his weapon. Here we go. In order to see this one, apparently you have to put in your parental PIN number. Well, your PIN, in order to see this fire, because it's explicit. Obviously, it's a bit of a joke. Very clever. And it's party time on the streets of Valencia. Wow, have you ever seen so many penises? What a phallic display. Oh, and apparently they are Levante fans. I guess you would call them the Everton of Valencia. You see another local sponsor, Daxa Rice. Awesome.
Yeah, one of those for your curry now, yeah?
Yeah. This one I feel it's just really big and whatever message it has is getting a bit lost in there. And here you've got some kind of evil guy, Dr. Pedrocho, it seems to say here, I can't quite read that. But he's got a map of Spain with the old Republican flag on behind him, and down here is the modern Spanish flag. And very often these fires, they're quite leftist. Back when it was the Spanish Civil War, the money which was meant to go to building these fires and to doing the fires was actually then put to the Republican cause for fighting the Spanish Civil War. Valencia is the land of flowers, of light, and of running. Yep, I can agree to that. You go down to the Turia Park and you'll see plenty of people out for their evening run. The kids ones always look a bit happier, don't they? I guess that guy behind me is on fire watch. They seem to have each of them, one or two people just sat there making sure that none of the rival fires come along, destroy it.
So they will pay like a membership throughout the year towards their fire that contributes towards this massive street party that is, you know, members only basically, and tends to be only the local people from this neighbourhood.
So it's quite an exclusive event, really. You can see they put up these fences so people like Alex and I can't get in, and it's only the people from the local neighbourhood who can join in the festivities in this area. Okay, look at that beautiful disco ball. I wonder if that will manage to burn. Well, the kids are allowed in to get up close to it, we're not. So a lot of the messages on this one seem to be more generally about Fallas. So, do we really even need Fallas? That seems to be the question being addressed, and they're saying yes. We're talking about patrimony, culture. And also culture more widely and generally, music, arts, literature. You see the number plate on the Volkswagen car there, says Route Destroy. Maybe criticizing that modern culture is destroying the more classic cultures, the traditions like the ones that we're seeing right here in Valencia. What I love about the Fallas festival is pretty much like any festival around the world, I guess, is people making it what they want. So you got people walking around making a big fuss, throwing the fireworks around, and then you got these guys behind me just sitting there playing the game of cards together. I guess you spend the Fallas time as you wish.
It's quite possible that the ideas on the topical subjects that every part of Valencia would think about would be the same or very similar. So how do they avoid replicating?
Well, they sit around, they have these big committees and they decide things, and they say, no, the other ones would have thought of that, or my mates in the other fire are going to do something along those lines, like that Instagram one we saw. So yeah, there must be some kind of coordination behind the scenes. They're quite busy, some of them, so a bit designed by committee, if you get what I mean. So some of them are, although, you know, very political, have some good messages, are also lacking in a kind of focus. Sometimes I think that less is more, so choose one big theme, stick with that, go with that. But lots of them have got lots of these little themes going around, which maybe don't work so well. In my humble opinion, obviously, I'm not Valencian, not my festival, not really my place to comment, but that's my opinion. Beautiful table of beautiful women in the beautiful fire. Plenty of bangers, and again, 5-year-olds throwing them. Great fun. So safe. What do you think of this translation of finta de lomo? So kind of like a pork steak as loin tape. Great. Did you know that Valencia has a Chinatown? No, me neither. It seems more lively with Latin Americans at the moment. Very fun. Probably the biggest one I've seen so far. Doll there of Carlos Puigdemont, who's currently in exile in Brussels from the Catalan government. Here's the Jean-Paul Gaultier fire. If you know, you know. Somebody needs to tell this fire that Google Plus doesn't exist anymore.
De verdad, muchísimas gracias, sean muy felices y ojalá pronto tengamos la normalidad que siempre hemos querido tener. Gracias, buenas noches.
Okay, so this fire, they're having their party and they're just finishing up for the night. They just said Thanks for coming out, and we hope in the future that it'll be back to normal, where we'll be able to party all night, because now there's a curfew at 1 o'clock. And usually these parties, they go on long into the night.